Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2019. It's the World Cup in the year 2034. It's being held in South Korea and the last winners were Italy. We are Brazil and today we're facing off against the Ukraine. This is a bit of a special episode. There's no NK Zagreb footage in this. It's just going to be the World Cup being played through game after game after game. And as you can see, Trent Alexander-Arnold is still playing for England, taking penalties at the age of 35. He's really good, actually. He's really good. Yes, let's get into it. We're going to be playing the Ukraine. There are some surprise call-ups in the Brazil squad, such as Ratinho. He was actually recommended by my assistant to be called up. Yes, as you'll know, he is a player at NK Zagreb. He's very good, actually. He sits the formation we're going to use. And Amalal as well is called up because I needed a holding midfielder. So in he comes as well. But let's get into it. We should win. We should quite easily get out the group. We're playing Ukraine and Ghana. So really, it shouldn't be too hard. This is the team we're going to use. This is the formation. It's the same that we use at Zagreb. We do also have the 4-2-2-2 formation in backup. Now, we lost one game in the whole of qualifying, which was a home game to Ecuador, which was pretty disappointing. But we absolutely smashed our qualification, period. So we really should be doing this. We are going to keep on key highlights, but I will put goal replays back on for you guys so that we can see it in 3D as well. We are the first game. There's only 3 teams in each group. This is when FIFA are going to make the World Cup bigger, so there's more groups but with less teams in each group. We are playing in blue because for some reason in our away kit, Steinhorst shoots, can't get it on target, puts it past the post. So players to look out for us, star players. Robinson Luiz is Juventus' leading striker and is very, very good. Aplicioto Donizetti is very good as well. Steinhorst shoots, curls that one in, and that's 1-0 to Brazil after 10 minutes, and that is wonderful. That's what we rely on. It's basically watching NK Zagreb play in a different colour with better players. This is what it's like managing Brazil. It's very, very good. Very nice as Steinhorst there just swings it in. I mean, Gilberto Steinhorst doesn't sound very Brazilian, does it? Let's just demand a bit more from them as well, because yeah, we're good. We're a very good team with Brazil. Zacharias is like 30. He's like the stalwart at the back. He's like 35. Man United centre back. He might be a bit less than that, actually. He might be 33. As Steinhorst comes forward again into Robinson Luiz. Robinson Luiz tried to chip Butilin and couldn't get it accurate over him. But yeah, as you can see, we don't. Well, we're not in the Croatian First Division, so we're not dominating games as much as we should. It's international football, so there's always going to be a challenge. But yeah, the first game looks like it should be pretty easy. Gian picks it up into Donizetti, out to Prado. Donizetti picks up. Gian's there again into Pedro Paulo. He curls one into the corner as well, and that is 2-0, and that is absolutely lovely. If you're intrigued, you can look at how well we do in this series in the World Cup, because you could probably tell by the episode length, because we're just going to do one long episode for the whole of the World Cup. So if we get to the final, I imagine it's going to be probably about 45 minutes long, but I don't really know. But there's not going to be any sort of analysis done or anything in between. We're literally just going to jump from game to game because we need to crack on. And then we are resigning from Brazil no matter what happens, because we're focusing on Zagreb and then only going to take the Croatian job. But basically, being Brazil manager has increased our reputation that as soon as the Croatia job becomes available, they should offer it to us when we apply. They really should do. As long as they don't have a built-in something or other that says, no, it must only be a Croatian national, you would imagine they would offer us the job. Because we've had good success with Brazil. We won the Copa America. We've only got beaten once in qualifying. We've proved ourselves to be a very good international manager. So, and obviously we've proved ourselves in Croatia, so you'd think they'll be pretty foolish to not give us the job if it becomes available. But it goes into Gian here. Donizetti again. Steinhorst into Prado. Prado with the ball in. It's punched away by the goalkeeper. Donizetti will pick it up into Pedro Paulo. Steinhorst. He tries to bend one again and it just goes past the post. And we're going to take Marcelo off and bring on Ratinho on that side out there, who's obviously used to playing out there because that's where he plays for my Zagreb team. So he'll know exactly what's needed of him. That's what's good. That's what's good about this. We've got some very good players on the bench. Chiarati is a very good striker. He'll probably come on for Robinson Luiz if he doesn't score in the next 5 or 10 minutes or so. But yeah, it's going very, very well. We should beat Ukraine, we should beat Ghana, and we should be easily through to the qualifying rounds. As Ratinho's there, he's tackled, it's cleared. Zacharias picks it up. Gian, Donizetti, out to Prado. Prado with the ball in. Ratinho brings it down and fires in his first goal for Brazil. That is wonderful stuff from the NK Zagreb winger. It's probably going to put his value through the roof that he's performed at a World Cup. But Donizetti here turns, lays it out to Prado. Prado just brings this cross in. Really good. Ratinho, actually, he had a shot, it was blocked. It fell back to him and he sticks it in to make it 3-0. And we will do that sub now. Chiaretti on for Robinson Luiz as the striker as we win a corner. But obviously nothing comes of it. And probably will take off Prado with our final sub just because I don't really want any suspensions going into the game against Ghana. So all 3 subs are done. We are 3-0 up and we are playing very, very well indeed. 3 different goal scorers, 3-0 up, all 3 subs done, all the number 3s as Donizetti fires over the bar from distance. But yeah, it's going very well. World Cup 2034. What do you think England would have won a World Cup by 2034? In fact, it's 20. What is it now? 2020, nearly 2019. So 20. There's not actually that many World Cups until 2034, is there? Because there's only one every 4 years. So Shepelev puts it in, and Mako comes in. Oh, we got Neto is our normal goalkeeper. There's a guy called Neto. On the eve of the World Cup squad being announced, he dislocated his shoulder or something. Chianetti Steinhorst is there, and so Ratinho gets a goal and an assist on his debut. Lovely stuff. Not his debut, sorry, his major competition debut. Yeah, Neto picked up a dislocated shoulder on the eve of the World Cup squad announcement, so we are missing technically our first choice goalkeeper. But Brazil have got an absolute loads of talent, a huge pool of talent. As Ratinho's there, he gets a second. Is he on for man of the match on his World Cup debut? This is incredible stuff from Ratinho. As Tiente was a good tackle there. Steinhorst laid it out to Apreciado, who's also done pretty well since replacing Prado. Ball in. Ratinho's not tall, but that header loops over the goalkeeper and into the side netting of the goal and makes it 5-0. We are putting a message out to the teams here that we want this trophy. We want the World Cup trophy going back to Rio de Janeiro. And you can argue going home because Brazil, I think, are Brazil the team that have won it the most? They've got to be up there with Germany, I guess. Germany, maybe Italy. How many times have Italy won it? I don't know, but yes, unbelievable stuff. A very, very good performance. They gave the man of the match to Steinhorst for his 2 goals. Prado pleased with the win, and Brazil can build on this victory. We'll be back for the next game against Ghana, which is in 8 days' time. Here we go then. So the game against Ghana, we've already qualified from the group because they drew. So we're definitely going through. It's just whether we're going through top or we're going through second behind Ghana. We've made a few changes to the lineup, but it's probably what you would expect. So Ratinho comes in for the start, according that he got 2 goals and an assist coming off the bench. Chiarati starts up front. Amaral comes in at holding midfield, and Eva Apreciado, after impressing me coming on as off the bench, gets the start. So we're going to tell them to pick up where they left off, get the assistant onto that one, get the second game of Brazil's World Cup underway, and at the moment we're going through top of the group, which is absolutely wonderful, which is what we want to do. 5 minutes in, 0-0. It's a chance for Ratinho to show what he can do from the off, or is he going to be the Brazilian super sub in this game? They're lining up with a 4-2-3-1 narrow, which you don't see too often in Football Manager 19, to be honest. It's interesting. Do you think we can go and win the World Cup with Brazil? Let me know down below as well. Carlos will keep this in play, puts another cross in, and there's a goal. Steinhorst gets a goal. 17 minutes on the clock, 1-0 Brazil. You would expect us to go on and hold on to the victory now, as it was a deep cross. Carlos actually had to run after it. It was very overhit from the taker. Carlos put it in. Steinhorst with a right foot volley. The goalkeeper will be very disappointed to be beaten at his near post there. But 20 minutes gone, 1-0 Brazil. This is what we like to see, as my phone is just going absolutely mental. And it was just a friend saying I need to get Formula 1 2019 on the Xbox rather than the PC, but I've already got it on the PC. So Pedro Paulo in, Steinhorst with a header, and it's on the net rather than in the net, I guess, judging by that highlight. But yeah, that was very strange. But played 2, 1-2, 0.6. Looks like we're going through. We should then get an easier draw. We should get a second place team. I think that's how it works in the World Cup. As Pedro Paulo flings it in, Carlos is beaten in the air. Donizetti will keep it alive. Where's he going with it? All the way out to Apreciado, into Fernando. Up to Steinhorst. Steinhorst just looks to go on the right hand side. Ball in. Chiaretti with a header. And he gets his first goal for Brazil. It is his first goal for Brazil. So he'll also be very happy with me as a manager. That normally automatically puts you into their favoured personnel when you call them up and then they score their first goal for their country. But Steinhorst here, but a lovely cross in. Chiaretti jumps above Frimpong and Mohamed can't keep it out. And it's 2-0. And this should now definitely see us through into... Well, we were through anyway. So I don't know what I'm on about. We were definitely through anyway. I'm just checking that I've pressed record and my mic is recording, which it is. Pedro Paulo. Ratinho comes forward into Chiaretti. Already got one, but he's tackled well. Arthur goes long. Mohamed beaten in the air. Donizetti into Steinhorst. Steinhorst tackled by Afum. Arthur again goes long looking for Mohamed, but Luis Fernando will cover it. Michael out to Juan Carlos on the left hand side. He runs forward. Lots of space to run into for him. Ball in back post. Steinhorst is there and he's hit the post. He really should have scored completely free at that back post, but it'll go into half time 2-0 up, and we're playing very, very well, and that's lovely to see. We'll go for the team talk. We'll just say we're very pleased again. Nothing much else to go with that one. Being refereed by Randanovic at the Daegu Stadium, Daegu in Korea. So when did Korea host it last? Was it 2006? As they've hit the post, Mako jumps on the ball after they hit the post. Let's just give them a bit of praise so that they know we're happy. Donizetti, Eva Apreciado releases Juan Carlos. Ball in. Chiaretti, is that a penalty? I think it's going to be a penalty. And if I can click this button quick enough, he's going to VAR. He's gone to VAR. And what's he given? What is he given? It's a penalty. Oh, Ratinho's taking it anyway, which is what I wanted. Ratinho steps up. Ratinho misses. Bollocks. At least you can't blame me for changing it. He actually just missed on his own accord. Juan Carlos into Ratinho. Ratinho into Chiaretti. Ball in, looking for Steinhorst. Donizetti picks it up, shot blocked. Apreciado. Donizetti tackled by Afum. And Afum goes long. Luis Fernando brings it down. Chiaretti holds it up well. Looking for Steinhorst again. Winner. Pedro Paulo out to Apreciado. Into Ratinho. Ratinho into the box. Squares it. Steinhorst is there. And that is 3-0. And that is game, set, match. Ratinho with a lovely assist after missing his penalty. It's a very good header from Pedro Paulo into Apreciado. Ratinho down the wing, cut round his man, all the way to the back post. Steinhorst on the volley, isn't going to miss from there. And that is 3-0 Brazil. And we are looking very, very good. We are really putting out a marker down to the other nations to say we want this World Cup trophy, as Enyan picks it up. He comes forward into the box, his cross is blocked, and Apreciado will try and launch a counter-attack as he comes forward. Lots of space to run into down the right-hand side into Chiaretti, but it's cleared. Obuku picks it up for Ghana. Ball through to Mohamed, a lovely ball through, and Mako makes the save. He wants back-to-back clean sheets. I'm just wondering if there's any subs we can make. Not really. I think we get a bit of a break as well. In here, let's bring on. Let's give someone. I think it's Tingina. It's very good. No, we'll bring Alex Fernando on for who's playing. Pedro Paulo's on a 6.7. So Fernando on for Pedro Paulo in the middle. But other than that, I think I'm just going to leave it as it is. We should probably rest players. We should probably be sensible and rest players. Maybe Steinhorst. I know he's on a hat trick, but I think it would make sense to rest Steinhorst. So bring on Marcos Vinicius on that wing out there. I did actually go through and manually pick my whole squad as well, which is quite strange for me. Not normally what I do, but so we've got a lot of depth in positions that we actually need. As Vinicius' shot is blocked, Apreciado, the right back, comes up with a goal, and it's 4-0. And this is just ridiculous. We are absolutely annihilating these teams. Don't need to watch that one again. If we end up watching all the replays, the video is going to be massive in time, I think, because I think we're going to progress quite far. Cue us getting knocked out in the second knockout, or the first knockout stage, or whatever it's called. But 5 minutes to go, 4-0 up. Let's rest one of the centre backs. We'll bring on Tiguina for Zacharias. He's our key man at the back, Zacharias. He is, as I said, in the other game, as our stalwart, our Man United. It's a legendary centre back. Apreciado into Amaral. This will probably just be the end of the game. Donizetti with the ball in. It's headed away. Fernando picks it up, has a shot. But that's going to be that as Enyan just boots it out. It comes to a close. 4-0 winners against Ghana. Absolutely superb win that to take us through to the knockout stages. And we get dominant. Only giving them 5 shots there. And that was very, very nice indeed. Steinhorst again on form. Joyson delighted, and Brazil are on course. So let's see when the fixtures are out. So South Korea and Slovenia go through in their groups. We have Belgium and Colombia, Germany, Chile, Spain, Honduras, Mexico, Turkey, Iran, Portugal, Holland, Senegal, Russia and Uruguay, Qatar have still got to be decided. Cameroon, Croatia go through. Croatia and Cameroon will be playing each other. England and South Africa go through. Egypt and Italy, Argentina, Scotland, Poland, USA, France and Ecuador. So at the moment it looks like it's going to be a relatively easy tie. I'd say we should go. The chances are we'll get a slightly smaller nation, so that'll be very nice, and we'll be back to find out who we've got in the next game. See you then. So Uruguay are up next. Ghana drew Russia, Croatia gets South Africa, England v Cameroon, and another a big group of them have already been happened. So Spain lost to Turkey, Mexico knocked out Honduras, Iran knocked out Senegal, and Holland knocked out Portugal. So yeah, quite a lot of interesting results already. Croatia smashed South Africa 7-0, so it doesn't look like their manager might be getting sacked anytime soon. We're taking on Uruguay, who we have beaten in numerous occasions. A few players are looking a little bit tired, so I'm happy we rested Zacharias. We're going to bring in Ratinho keep his place, and Chiaretti will, but Gian will come in to replace Amaral, and Prado will come back into the right back spot just because Apreciado was a little bit tired. So we're going to get into this and keep going. They're playing a 4-2. Well, 4-4-2 sort of with two holding midfielders, which is quite defensive. So we'll let the assistant do that, and then we're just going to fire everybody up for this one because it's technically a rival game playing Uruguay, so they'll be a bit more up for it as well. As the game gets underway, as you can see, we're playing the 4-1-2-2 Zagreb 2032 formation. So yeah, we'll see how it works out for Zagreb in the year 2034. But it seems to be pretty well. As Ratinho fires in a free kick. Fernando at the back post. Oh, it's over the bar. And obviously this is now where it gets interesting, really interesting in the World Cup because it's knockout football. And we've already seen some big teams fall, big nations fall. Portugal, Spain, both going out. Steinhorst. Oh, it's in. It's not in fact. That's what I was meant to say. But yeah, the second round, we've started well. Pedro Paulo with a ball in. Machedo gets it away. Gian picks it up. Gian out to Pedro Paulo again, puts another ball in. Steinhorst wasn't really on his toes to keep that one alive. Back to Prado, in it goes Chiaretti, who keeps his spot, keeping out Robinson Luis, who I said was one of our key men, so maybe we'll be looking for him to make an impact from the bench. Pedro Paulo, Ratinho comes forward with it. He's tackled by a Uruguayan player, Vargas, into Duran. Duran back to Vargas. Vargas just dallying on the ball. They're not looking to pump it long early, but they do go long, and that's a poor header, and they're in, and they've got the lead. Medeiros gets the lead. It's an error from the left back for Brazil, and this is not what we needed. Perez here, I just said they weren't lumping it forward, and they put one forward. We seem to have it covered, and it's a really poor header from João Carlos, who was trying to knock it down to Zacharias, but it fell to Medeiros, and their first shot on target gives them the lead in a game we have been dominating. And we should be a lot better than this. Well, Carlos dropping down to a 6.4 after that performance. But we know we've got players on the bench that can help us out. We know we've got strength in depth of people that can sort this out for us. We just need to make sure we take a chance and really make Uruguay nervous. Now, with their two holding midfielders like this, obviously they're going to be tough to break down. So let's just check that we are. Right, let's go and get into them. Let's go and get the ball back as much as we can. There's half an hour gone, still 1-0 to Uruguay, and some of our players are looking anxious. We need to make sure we keep them motivated as while Carlos puts the throw in. Gianna, ball in. Steinhorst is there. It falls to Donizetti. He lines up a shot. It's just past the post. Very unlucky for that effort. They've literally had 2 shots in the whole game. We are absolutely smashing them. Chiaretti's picked up a knock, so Robinson Luis probably will come on off the bench. Ratinho not playing well. Steinhorst not playing well. They're actually keeping our front three rather quiet, which is a big shame. Don't tell me we're going to get knocked out in the first knockout round after absolutely dominating our group. It is disappointing. Listen to Silvinho. He knows what he's on about assertively. There's a lot more to come. There's a lot more to come. There's a lot more to come. End that team talk. Let's have a look. We'll give Chiaretti a little bit longer. We just need to make a difference here. Gian out to João Carlos. João Carlos doesn't do anything with it again. Look at this, nervous, frustrated. Very annoying this. Ratinho on a 6.5. He's going to come off and be replaced by Marcelo on that wing as an inside forward out there. And it might be. Well, Carlos probably needs to come off. We rely on our fullbacks quite a lot with this, so I think that will be the next one. It will be Belletti on for João Carlos in the left-back position, leaving us one sub, which will more than likely be in Steinhorst, even though we might do Robinson Luiz for Steinhorst, even though Vinicius is my normal go-to guy on the right-hand side of the pitch. We just need to make something happen here. Come on, we've got like 25 minutes. Don't tell me they're going to knock us out with their only shot on target, and we gifted it to them. 20 minutes to go. Let's roll the dice. We'll pause it. Now, do I go Robinson Luiz for Steinhorst, or do I get a central midfielder on to replace Donizetti? It's tough. It's tough. We have Marcos Vinicius on the bench. Unbelievable player, 26. We have Robinson Luiz on the bench. A very, very good player, 30 years old. Very experienced. I'm going to risk it. It's going to be Luiz for Steinhorst. We could go 4-2-2 like that. No, we'll stick with what we had. I trust the formation. I do trust the formation. Marcelo out there. Luiz there. Chiretti up front. Donizetti in there. Come on. Come on. That's all 3 subs. We need a goal. We deserve a goal. We've battered them, according to the stats. Absolutely battered them. There's 10 minutes to go. Oh, man. Let's get right in their face. Don't slow it down. We'll distribute wherever you want. Let's go a higher tempo. Still do want us to work it into the box. We'll go a bit more wider on the play just to try and spread them out a bit. They have a free kick. Medvedev shoots. Mako makes the save. And Donizetti clears it. And with 10 minutes to go, we're going to go very attacking. Come on. 5 minutes to go. I can't believe we're going to get knocked out by Uruguay, a team we've absolutely battered like 4 times in the run-up to this competition. Come on, another highlight. You're joking me. Very attacking, and there's no highlights. The Bermudez, our ex-player for Zagreb, puts in Bermudez. Marcelo up to Pedro Paulo. Let's get this counter-attack going. It's poor. Prado can't bring it down. And there's the final whistle, and I called it. We're going to get knocked out in the first knockout. I can't believe they've knocked us out. We've absolutely hammered them. We've absolutely hammered them, and that is how the World Cup ends. Oh, wow. That was shit. I can't believe that. Reveals Brazil problems. I don't think it does, but okay, well, we're going to continue on ever so slightly, and then we're going to go and resign. I honestly thought we were going to win the World Cup with Brazil. I can't believe Uruguay have knocked us out. They are absolutely shocking compared to us. So, okay then. Uruguay. Fixtures against Uruguay. 4-0 win. 2-0 win. What else have we had here? This is obviously before I took over. So, yeah, there you go. So we've beaten them twice. Very, very convincingly. Lost in the big tournament. The players weren't up for it. Wow, that's the World Cup over for us. Ghana beat Russia. How did Ghana, who finished second in our group, get Russia? Unbelievable stuff. England beat Cameroon 3-0. Oh, Brazil duties end. I'm not going to hold a team meeting, so I'm about to resign as the Brazil. I might get fired, actually. I might get fired. There's a turn up for the books. I don't really get sacked from jobs in Football Manager. We're playing loads of friendlies as well with Zagreb. Obviously, I'm not playing them because I've got a formation that I like. But the assistant manager will be playing them, and I've kept my job somehow. I mean, let's resign. Do I do it in home? Yeah, contract, resign, Brazil. Oh, end of World Cup. Yes. Inbox. I'd like to ask you in light of your decision to resign. I think the time's right for a new challenge. Remember to go out in style. I didn't. I'll leave it up to you to decide. I've not yet decided. So, there you go. We're going to be leaving after the World Cup. I don't know why they haven't just sacked us, to be honest, because World Cup duty has ended for Brazil. But yeah, that was over a hell of a lot quicker than I thought it would be. So we're playing friendlies against Arsenal, Barcelona, Juventus, Man United, Fulham and Crystal Palace, I think, amongst others. So hoping to go out with a bang. Oh, yeah, we didn't. We've got lots of interest in our players, as you would imagine. Loads of loanees, Finnish, all of that sort of stuff. We released quite a few players, a few youngsters anyway. Right, we've got some contracts expiring in a year, I think that is. Yeah, 1 year. So maybe want to keep maybe Gillian, maybe Torres, I'm not too sure. Semyonovic, yeah, we'll keep him around because he's been a stalwart at the club. And Yarina. And Marco. Oh yes, Marco Toss is no longer a Patreon. So technically, the he had cancelled his Patreon. So the job of assistant manager is now available. So first person to comment, or first Patreon who comments saying they'd like the assistant manager job, you will get it. Or the first comment, I should say the first comment I see, because I know they're not always posted in order. So. But yeah, we're going to end it there. So we're going to get sacked. But can I show? I know I've already said we're going to leave. Can I just resign right now? Yeah. Immediately. Yes, there we go. That's that done. We're no longer manager of Brazil. I don't know why that's suddenly given us a transfer. Yes, we'll accept these changes. We'll be back for... When do we start with Zagreb? Yeah, look, we've got friendlies going in between the league games as well, just so that we get a bit of our money up. That's the main thing. I'm not going to do the Super Cup. There's no point in doing that live because it's the Croatian Super Cup, so there's no point in doing that. We'll be back for the Champions League group stage. We're going to play all of these friendlies and league games off, and then we'll do the group stage to find out who we've got in our Champions League group, where hopefully it will go more successful than my World Cup with Brazil. But thank you so much for tuning in to the World Cup 2034. And it wasn't very good for Brazil. So get your money predictions that they're going to not concede a goal, and then they're going to concede 1 goal in the whole tournament and get knocked out, and it's going to be by Uruguay. But thank you so much for watching, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've really enjoyed doing the World Cup. It's been very fun, actually. But for now, I'm out. Cheers.